January. We just got done with Christmas ships about a month ago. We did the square rigger design, which we posted some stuff online about that, not on YouTube but on Facebook. So it's a cool design, cool. We got a lot of accolades for that display. But anyway, that's done now, and I'm back to working on the boat. One of the things that has always bothered us about the boat is standing up here in the V-berth, just how high it is. It's hard to get in and out of. And also before, this had a cabinet that came up to about here. So it's just very, very small. Two people sleeping on this side is like a coffin. So I did remove this cabinet about a year ago, or maybe more, and got it down to the same height as the other side, but it still is just too small up here. So I'm going to take this down another 8 inches or so to about there, and then it'll be easier just to get in and out of. And we don't sleep in this underway, but when we're cruising around the river, when we're at anchorage, it's nice to have a sleeping area that's not in the main cabin. So that's what I'm going to start doing now. Also, the bulkhead up there with the 2 doors on it, it's extremely rotted and basically delaminated. So as I'm doing this, I'm also going to replace that. So lots of fun stuff up here. Well, I think I'm at a stopping point for today. It's about 4:15. But it is quite a bit. Got this all cut out, at least on this side, and cut down to the new height. I still have to cut this one and that one. Okay, continuing work. I said that the bulkhead up there was rotten. I was starting to cut it out, and you can really see that, yes, it is absolutely rotting. There's water streaming down the posts there, so that's why that's all rotten. So it looks like I'm going to have to go up top as well and look at how those go through the deck, and then see if there's problems there. So okay, the V-berth project is just spiraling out of control. There's water coming in through the Samson post, so I had to figure that out. So I had to take the windlass off. To take the windlass off, I had to destroy this nice piece of wood that was on. And today it's raining a little bit and water's coming in through the Samson post, so that's going to be something I'm going to have to do in another time. I still need to get this bulkhead properly taken out all the way. So that's today. I'm just going to be in here and want to grind these off, so that I'm going to leave the fiberglass tab on the front side, get rid of the back and the rest of the plywood in there, so that when I make a new bulkhead, I'll just be able to come in and epoxy it straight to that tab. It'll be in the exact right position and all that kind of good stuff. But here you can see the Samson posts with the water running down. So that's going to be another thing for another time. I probably need some better weather, and that might actually just lead right into dealing with my teak decks. So anyway, just getting involved in a project that you think is going to be kind of like, okay, this is going to be self-contained, but it's not. So hello again, welcome back. It's been a while since I've done any footage. So I was working on my project that has the bulkhead out for the chain locker, and in the process of doing that, I had to take off the windlass and had to take off the Samson posts, and ended up finding some rot in the bowsprit. So now I'm going to replace the bowsprit too. So I did buy a bowsprit. It was already shaped for a larger boat, so I'm going to have to trim it down. But my first step is to take all the stuff off of the bowsprit before I can even remove this. And this is all going to take a lot of time because I've got a couple of things going on the next month or so. So this will probably be about a 6-week journey here, I would guess. And part of this is also going to involve removing some of the teak decks. So it could just snowball into just one big project, but the first step will be to take off all the parts of the bowsprit. So I'm going to start working on getting things loosened up and just get started on that. So, and then once all that stuff's off, like longer term, once all the bowsprit is cleaned up, we've got to re-support the mast to the bow somehow, and then I can release the stays, the inner and the head sail stay, and then I can start thinking about loosening up and taking the bowsprit off itself, and then I'll take that into the workshop with the other bowsprit and kind of do a side-by-side to get the new one done to the right size. So it's going to be quite an adventure. It wasn't something I was hoping or planning on doing, but it needs to be done, and it just needs to be done. So here I am. I'm going to do it. So all right, sail on. I wanted to show you this under here. So just so you can see, you know, there's rotten wood in there. So that's why we're doing this. That's a critical spot right there too. A lot of stress. So this is important stuff. So it's always one of those things where you don't really want to probe until you do, and then you realize you were right all along. Day 2 of trying to get these bolts off. I'm doing an okay job, but they're a little bit tough, so we'll just keep working on them. Okay, maintenance tip for anybody with an old boat out there: stainless steel. So as I'm pulling these bolts out, some of them are just completely rusted off. So there's a couple times at sea where I'm going out here and, you know, doing the king of the world thing, and you know, you've got all these rusted bolts. So maintenance, the pulpit is off. The boat looks naked without it. A little bit. So I don't know what you call this. The treads, I guess? The treads of the west sail are held with these very long threaded rods, which I think run all the way through. And they have caps on them. So I'm going to have to pull these caps off to see if I can get to those and unbolt those threaded rods to get these things off. I might wait until the bowsprit comes off and do that in the shop, but I'm not sure. I'll try it now and see. Root force. So got those off. Bronze rods went all the way through. This one didn't want to come out. One of them came out with one of the sides of the walkway. The other one came out with the other side of the walkway. This was just non-stop up and down, back and forth, using crowbar, hammer, blocks of wood, and there are the two pieces. So we'll look at these later to figure out if I can reuse or do I need to rebuild. I have no idea right this second. So that was tough, just like everything on a boat. I'm always amazed at how much brute force it literally takes to get some of this stuff apart. Okay, well, today I think going to take off the head stay and the inner stay, because just have to do that. So that's the project. I've got to start by loosening the back stay to get some slack, and I can then do the pins at the front and take those off. I'm going to be using my halyards to help support the mast from the front, and also the lower shrouds are ahead of the mast, so they should also prevent it from falling. Step 1 will be to loosen this turnbuckle, get some slack so I can take the forestays off. You can see that's about as loose as I can make that. So we'll go up front and see if we can get those forestays off. Alright. Here we go. So I got the furler off. It's still attached, and I just brought it down to here and lashed it. Lashed it here. And I was double checking the two halyards that I have running up to the top. The halyards are connected to these house pipes and go all the way to the top, so there's one on each side. So that should hold the mast, and then also, like I was saying, these lowers are well in front of the mast, so also should prevent it from falling down. That's both off. So now start taking off these. Got everything off, and I've been working on the bolts on the inside. This bowsprit only has 2 bolts on the inside. One of them I was able to start pounding out. The other one hasn't moved. But if I tweak on this, if I tweak on the bowsprit, and you look back, you can really see the foredeck deflecting. So that's interesting. Anyway, gotta keep working on this. I think I'll have to go back inside and pound from below, I guess. Okay, so we're inside. The bulkhead's still gone. It just makes it easier to work up here. So I'm not going to put that in until I'm kind of more done with all this other work up here. But this bowsprit was held in place with 2 bolts. These are the backer plates. This is where the Samson post came down through and connected in with this, the bulkhead that was here. So this one, I've already been able to pound it up a little bit. I'm going to just go ahead and keep pounding that one. That one I haven't been able to get move at all. So I'll have to do some more, or just start working on that one as well. So anyway, that's where we are down here. Here's the one that pounded up easily. Here's the one that didn't. It was buried. And buried in a bunch of filler. Oh crap. That's a lot of filler. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we got a bowsprit that's been repaired previously, and maybe not that well repaired. I'm not sure. All right. Well, is that bug damage? Maybe. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna put these on and see if I can pull it out like I did the other one. Come on. There it goes. Nice. Okay. Things should be loose. We'll see. Still does not want to come off. And you can see a little gap. You can see a gap there in that spacer block. So maybe I'll put a pry bar in there. I was prying at the back and it gave way and it tilted forward badly. And so now I tweaked this piece of bronze, which is a bummer. So I'll have to see if I can fix that in some way. And here it is. And there it is. Things weighs a ton. Just to document how things are. And then
monkey. Wow.